Samsung's first QD-OLED TV has been leaked on giant online retailer Amazon ahead of an official launch, as spotted by one of my Twitter followers, and the good news is that it's coming in much cheaper than expected. If you look on this Amazon product page, you can see that Samsung Electronics has decided to call its first QD-OLED television the S95B, which is slightly different from the previous QS95B model number widely circulated after CES. Two screen sizes are available, namely 55 and 65 inches, tying in with the only two TV screen sizes offered by Samsung Display, the exclusive supplier of QD-OLED panels on the market today. The 55-inch Samsung S95B will retail at $2,200, whereas the larger 65-inch version will cost $3,000, coming in much cheaper than the estimated $8,000 price bandied about by Korean media last year. Perhaps more crucially, Amazon is listing a release date of April 11th, 2022, which is just a few weeks away, suggesting that consumers may actually be able to get their hands on a Samsung QD-OLED sooner than a Sony one. The design is exactly the same as the pre-production model I saw behind closed doors at CES earlier this year, which I wasn't allowed to talk about, comprising an elegant central stand with a small footprint. Since OLED is self-emissive and doesn't require a backlight, the chassis can be sculpted to extremely slim proportions, with only a bulge towards the bottom of the display to accommodate the internal components and connection ports. Talking of which, the Samsung S95B doesn't appear to ship with an external One Connect box, since all 4 HDMI ports can be found at the back of the TV itself. Judging from the console icons, all 4 HDMI ports should be HDMI 2.1 with 4K 120Hz support, although we're not sure why 2 icons are black and 2 are white. Perhaps the black icons are designated for 2 Xbox Series X consoles, and the 2 white ones for 2 Sony PS5s. By not providing a One Connect box with the S95B, Samsung Electronics seems to be positioning its first QD-OLED TV between the flagship QN95B Neo QLED Mini LED TV with One Connect box and the step-down QN90B without One Connect box. I'm also pleased to see the South Korean brand not shying away from using the term OLED to market the television, especially given the company's past history of criticizing OLED televisions for their lower brightness and risk of burn-in. The release of the Samsung S95B QD-OLED is certainly good news for the high-end TV market, making the future of QD-OLED panel production by Samsung Display that bit more secure. We suspect most video enthusiasts will still choose the Sony A95K QD-OLED over the Samsung S95B, due to the presence of an additional heat dissipation layer on the Sony, which allows for higher peak brightness and potentially less risk of image retention and permanent screen burn, as well as Dolby Vision support, which the Samsung lacks. However, the Samsung S95B should have the upper hand in next-gen gaming, providing 4 HDMI 2.1 ports and potentially 144Hz refresh rate support for an even more responsive gaming experience. And of course, based on the prices listed on Amazon, the Samsung S95B QD-OLED will at least be $800 to $1,000 cheaper than the Sony A95K, whose prices have been leaked on Sony's own website, as I've covered in a previous video you can watch here.